Yeah, Teresa, if we could get the aerial up for, if we could get the aerial up as well for them.
Oh.
Is that it?
That's it. That's the Hager Charlie and then.
I know, but
28 also.
Enterprise 828 going
Okay.
for.
Say
For
again.
takeoff.
We good to go?
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna do 28 first and we're second.
Wait, what does the agenda say?
Did he say
10 more seconds.
10 more seconds?
No, we could.
My bad.
The other one.
It's 1 minute after 6, 2 minutes after 6.
Standing by.
This is reversed this week. This is. Yep.
Peter, we're good?
Sound on Zoom, very important.
Yeah.
It's never working.
When I watch
Just
it,
not
I won't
pointing,
watch
the town
it.
board's
Zoom,
appointed
you can't hear
the
anybody else.
Really?
manager
Can't hear him here,
Tuesday.
you can't hear
So
him.
hopefully
I'm watching.
he'll get everything.
Yeah.
Work it a little bit.
2024, you know, you think. The 16-year-old kid here for a
Christine?
couple hours.
Any news on a replacement for Craig?
No, I know that
Or
there's
younger.
still have
Or younger, right.
some resumes, and I know they're talking about it, but I don't think a decision has been made yet. I think we have two, don't we have two? We have two?
Kevin told me.
No,
No,
one.
because George was
Ethics
reappointed.
board has one or two.
Because George was
Really?
reappointed, he just had to
Tech
resign.
board.
Right, yeah, no, we reappointed
It's
him.
just like,
He's been reappointed.
I had to drop him
You never, yeah, but you were appointed, you're not up. It was only, I have the list, you're not up.
What was that?
He said he had to exit out and then go back in.
okay. Oh, is that where it's?
So all I say is, there goes your record, Tom. And
Yeah.
your chance of the record.
I am no sound engineer.
What, something was unplugged?
I guess
Kevin
less.
told me a couple weeks ago. There was a loose cable.
Connection? Okay.
That was the problem.
Good. That's what the
Recording in
automation
progress?
said.
Is it?
Kevin, we're good? Peter?
10 seconds. 9.
8, 7.
That's a good sign. Should I begin?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes? Meeting is called to order, Southampton Town Planning Board, Thursday, October 8th, 2024. The secretary will call the roll.
Chair LaFar was absent, Vice Chair Finnerty.
Present.
The secretary is here. Board Member Mutu.
Present.
Board Member Neely.
Present.
Board Member Fulham.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Great. Could we please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In light of our sparse attendance, I'll skip preliminaries only, but I will mention in the event of an emergency, exit this room utilizing either of the two rear doors, proceed to the main floor using the front or the side rear door. We have two applications on the agenda. The first one being Hanger Charlie LLC. We had an extensive work session this afternoon, so if, is there someone who could just give us a brief overview for the public record? And then, I don't know if there's any comment.
We do.
Needs to read it
We
into
have-
the
Oh, I'm
record.
sorry.
We have notice here.
Who's reading? Kate, you're
I'll
reading,
read.
right?
Okay. Please take notice that in accordance with local law number 14 of 2022, a public hearing will be held by the Southampton Town Planning Board on Thursday, August 8th, 2024 at 6 p.m. at Town Hall, 116 Hampton Road, Southampton, and via video conferencing to consider the pre-submission application entitled the Charlie Hangar. The site plan application is for the construction of 168,487 square feet recreational car club in 4 buildings inclusive of mezzanines, to construct 4 pickleball courts, to construct a comfort station, and to construct parking at vacant property in the Country Residence 40, CR 40, and the Queog West Recreational Tourism Plan Development District, located at 72, 82, and 86 South Country Road, Queog, Suffolk County Tax Map Numbers 900-359-3-30.1, 39, and 40.
Very good. Okay, as mentioned, we did have an extensive work session this afternoon, but for the public record, we could have a brief just overview of the project. Wayne, I think is Wayne on Zoom? Okay. Wayne, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we got you.
Kind of.
Okay. I understood this afternoon there was a little problem with hearing the panelists.
Hey, it's you're still kind of low.
Yeah, just talking to the mic.
Yelling, I don't know what else to do.
Well,
as far as mic is concerned.
We can hear you. Just speak to the mic as best you can and loud.
Okay, if I look like Mike.
That's really good. That's perfect.
So, good evening, board members, Wayne Cohen, O'Shea, Marcinson Road, Southampton, New York, on behalf of the Henry Carley LLC. Our clients are the contract vendees of a certain parcel of land in Queog, 32.6 acres, approximately 9 on the northerly side of South Country Road, approximately 935 feet northeast of Peters Lane. The property, as mentioned in the notice, underlying CR 40 zoning district and the Queog West Recreation Tourism Plan Development District. The property is currently vacant. It was formerly used for some industrial uses, including the disposal of waste, similar to what was occurring on the adjoining town landfill to the northeast, which is now closed. The property immediately to our east is a vehicle junkyard. The property to our west, immediate west, is also industrially developed and operated by Chesterfield Associates, a marine construction company, and further to the west is a auto repair shop. Immediately to the north, we found on the Long Island Railroad, and to the north of that is the Suffolk County Airport and port facilities. So you can see that although it's on residential, the character of the neighborhood is entirely industrial. And with that respect, the town board, local law number 10 of 1999, established the Queog West Recreation Plan Development District. The intent of that is to encourage the cleanup and reuse of these properties by permitting certain residential and community facilities and commercial recreation use subject to meeting certain standards that quote-unquote right out of the local law. The local law then established what were permitted uses, the underlying residential uses in the CR 40 zone, as well as a regional or community or recreation use, which we did get clarification by letter October 3rd, 2023, from the building inspector, determine our proposed park club use based on the plans and the conditions that we advised of an existing facility owned and operated by our clients in Palm Beach, Florida. We determined that it is a recreation use, but we did also recommend that since the park club is proposed to be private, that to also satisfy the community's interest, it was recommended a community recreational activity also complement our project, which on the south side of our project, you'll see a proposed pickleball facility, which was suggested by the planners. As I said, our proposed use is a car club use, which we provided the town with documents that were available online regarding car clubs around the country and what a car club really is. But basically, it's a recreational use where people are drawn together to share their passion of collectible automobiles and to socialize with the fellow collectors and fulfill that need. The Hangar Group, as we indicated, not only has developed the West Palm Beach facility, which this is modeled after, they also have a second facility in Riviera Beach now. And this will be their first foray into the Hamptons. You heard from our clients, connections to the community, and some of the activities and use, and how this is more or less going to be a high-end collectible car facility. And as such, our clients, the people buying into the units here, will also be of that caliber and more likely a seasonal use as well. We also indicated some of the time and usage of actual usage by the clients, which is very short and not numerous. With respect to the proposed improvements, I assume you have plans before you as well as on the board. The notice indicated we're proposing 4 buildings. The layout of the buildings is essentially the layout of the existing facility in West Palm Beach. We understood, we put this out as a concept that actually works for our client, but we understand we may need to comply with local requirements, and we met recently with the fire marshal to talk about some of his requirements. The facilities are 4 buildings. They are all will have various units in them, varying size, and they're basically storage warehouse units. They're there for the storage of these collectible vehicles and other items, motorcycles or other things that the client may want to store there. There is also a lounge area, or the clubhouse, as we might want to call it, where the members can socialize on occasion. The lounge area will not have any commercial kitchen, and any food or activity like that would have to be brought in. We do not plan to have any of those kind of activities on the property at all. The public would not be invited. There will be events by the club occasionally, and then we talked this afternoon about the possibility of special events that would be granted by a town board permit, and that has been something that has occurred on a frequency of maybe 2 to 3 or 4 times a year at the Riviera and Palm Beach facilities. So, and those again would be for the benefit of the local charity, and usually in lower numbers, 100 to 150 people. So the other item that we wanted to point out, with the PDD code, as indicated in its intent, some conditions which include buffers, particularly a 100-foot buffer along South Country Road. The second thing is 60-foot vegetation buffers along residential properties. So notwithstanding that the properties surrounding us are not residentially developed, they are residentially zoned, so our project incorporates 60-foot buffers along both the east and west boundary. And as mentioned today, the board wants us to look closely at what other vegetation or trees that might be able to be retained on property. The purpose of tonight's hearing is to hear any comments from the public. We do have, as I mentioned before, the two principals that were there this afternoon, Mr. Rich Daly and Scott Cunningham, as well as Mark Kissy, our project manager. We have Joe Lombardi, the grant group. We also have Eduardo Vasquez, who is the design architect. He is the architect of the Florida facilities. Ryan Hester is our local architect. And we've also engaged Evan Walsh at PHB Environmental, and he is presently undertaking the environmental audit that is required by the statute so that we can present a remediation plan to the DEC, which is part of the requirement of the code. So we're here to answer any questions. We can get into more detail. I think we spent a lot of time this afternoon about that. But if anybody has any questions on the detail, we're available to answer those.
Wayne, one thing that came up in the pre-submission notes, and maybe more to member of the team, is it mentions that the parcel to the west is occupied by excavation service, and as such may result in fugitive sand and dust which could impact the collector cars. You're aware of that, and you're not really concerned.
No. Obviously, one of the issues with the sand pit that we have to deal with is part of the area where there is remediation. So with that activity and keeping the vehicles clean, most of the point, and you've heard from Mr. Daly how often he uses his vehicles, and these are the expense of these vehicles. They're rarely, and I think for purposes of insurance, they're not vehicles that are going to be running in and out. And more than likely will be indoors most of the time. So.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Mark Hissey on behalf of Hangar Charlie. We actually, in my discussions that I had with Ms. Shearer from the planning department, she made the suggestion, make sure that the trees are going to be able to protect the cars a lot because of the dust from next door. And it is a concern, obviously, because of these cars are very expensive. But we fully intend to and will make sure that we've got vegetation there, which really not only makes the whole property better, but it's going to protect the cars. And we're aware of that. You've got a southwest wind coming off that area, so it's going to be necessary, frankly.
Great. Further questions from the board? We've had a lot of discussion. Wayne, thank you once again. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on Hangar Charlie application? This is the very beginning of the process. Is there anyone on Zoom? Okay, then this is being pre-submission. We'll entertain a motion to close with a 30-day written comment period.
Motion.
Motion by Gloria.
Second.
Second by Kate. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? 5 yes, 1 absent, 1 vacancy. Thanks again, Wayne.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you.
Thank you again. George, you're going to read the next one is 28 Enterprise Zone Drive.
We have noticed.
We have notice, okay, you're clear to read.
Just in case
She
you didn't
she
know.
told me that earlier, so that's why I
Oh.
didn't bring it up again.
Good
Please
to go.
take notice that in accordance with local law number 14 of 2022, a public hearing will be held by the Southampton Town Planning Board on Thursday, August 8th at 6 p.m. at Town Hall 116 Hampton Road, Southampton, and via video conferencing to consider the pre-submission application entitled 28 Enterprise Zone Drive. The site plan special exception application proposes an 8,192 square foot mixed-use one-story building with 3 uses, 4,000 square foot physical fitness facilities, 3,223 square foot contracting workshop, and a 969 square foot work office space on a vacant 1.96 acre property situated in the LI 40 zoning district, Riverside and Aquifer Protection Overlay Districts, and Central Pine Barrens Compatible Growth Area, located at 28 Enterprise Zone, Riverside, Suffolk County Tax Map number 900-141-1-9.6.
Great, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, Shannon Corcoran from InterScience Research Associates on behalf of the client for 28 Enterprise Zone Drive. This lot is currently vacant. The applicant is proposing, like you said, 8,192 square feet, a one-story mixed-use building with a full basement for storage. 4,000 square feet will be a physical fitness facility. 3,223 square feet will be a contracting workshop, and there will be 969 square feet of office space. Based on a review of secret regulations, the proposed project is an unlisted action. There are a total of 46 parking spaces, including 3 handicap, 1 truck loading space, which is compliant with the requirements. The height of the building is compliant at 30 feet 3 inches. The proposed building coverage is compliant at 9.5% of the lot area. There are 2 different clearing restrictions affecting the property: the Central Pine Barrens restriction and the Aquifer Overlay District restriction. The Central Pine Barrens maximum allowable clearing is 60% of the lot area. However, the Aquifer Overlay District maximum allowable clearing is 50%. Therefore, the property will need to comply with the more restrictive 50% limit. The plan proposes to clear 60% of the lot area for construction. However, an additional 10% of the lot area will be revegetated post-construction to be compliant with that 50% clearing restriction. The proposed site plan maintains the existing 40% naturally vegetated area along the northern portion of the lot and places the development in the already cleared area. The proposed sanitary flow rate is 916 gallons per day, and it does exceed the maximum allowable for the site, which is 589 gallons per day. Originally, the intention was to purchase Pine Barrens credits to increase the allowable flow rate, which the Department of Health confirmed would be the correct procedure. However, based on conversations with the planning department, I've learned that the new sewage treatment plant may be operating within approximately 4 years, and that the property would be required to connect within 2 years of that. Given this timeline, we would like to work with the planning department and the board to confirm what the procedure would be to incorporate connection to the plant into the site plan design and approval process. Any questions from the board?
George?
Do you have a sense of what the existing clearing is?
Yeah, so it's actually shown, this is the existing limit of clearing right here. So this is all naturally vegetated right now, and then the rest is cleared area.
Okay, so it's in compliance now because it's undeveloped, right?
Correct.
But
Yeah.
how much is actually vegetated percentage-wise? Because you were saying you're gonna clear 60 and then revegetate 10 to get to 50, and so
Right.
I'm wondering, because a lot of it looks like it's cleared,
Correct.
you know, how much is?
Yeah, so 40% of the lot area right now is vegetated.
I see. Okay, thank you.
So you're not clearing.
Right.
What I heard you say is you're gonna overclear and then
Correct.
you want us to approve a site plan overcleared and then you're gonna revegetate.
Correct, yes.
You're gonna be
However, it's
consistent
not-
with the 60%. It's 40% right now. It's
Right.
left, right? So you clear it to 60%. You're
Right.
gonna continue to have it cleared 60% until post-construction, and you're gonna put in the
Revenge.
building and put back 10%.
Correct.
Okay.
There was a whole clear, when we did the subdivision years ago, there was a whole clearing, this was discussed extensively, because this, as you recall, was the old drive, Flanders drive-through.
drive-through theater.
So there were some lots were completely denuded and other lots were,
Yeah, next
Or like
door,
this.
the next two look like they're
Yeah.
completely cleared.
Yeah.
The center lots were,
I think there's I think there's a whole schedule on the map, the filed map of each lot. And the allowable.
a maximum of 50%.
Yeah, but isn't there a schedule on the filed subdivision map? Showing each lot and
It's a
how
long
much
time
clearing?
It showed how much clearing there was at the time,
Yeah.
I believe, and then a maximum of 50%. And as you can see, it's minimal clearing on the property
Right,
at the time that the drive-in existed. I would like to point out that on the survey there, they are actually having to clear beyond what is existing now.
And that
It's
was my
already
question.
Yes.
Yes, you can see the northeasterly corner of the building does require additional clearing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of having a problem with approving overclearing.
you can't.
Agree.
It's simple, we cannot approve over 30.
Which is what the applicant is just
Well,
asked.
this is a public hearing.
That's the
Yeah.
discussion
This
we
will be
had.
at our,
Yeah.
Okay,
so, there's the same thing called shrinking the building.
yes, which also affects the septic flow.
So, that's a short answer,
Our feedback.
but that'll be in the report. Is
We
there
were all
anyone on Zoom who wishes to be heard on 28 Enterprise Zone? Very good. I'll entertain a motion to close with a 30-day written comment period.
Motion.
Motion by George, second by Tom. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? 5 yes, 1 absent, 1 vacancy. Thank you very much. Motion to adjourn by Gloria.
I'll second
Yes.
that.
Nikki?
Second by George.
Thank you.
You're adjourned.
You did good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christine.